Hi, I'm Dana with WholeHealthDana.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to make bacon sweet potato burgers. They're pretty easy, very tasty, and don't require very many ingredients. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to cut up 1 pound of sweet potatoes. Now I've already cut mine in half and then in a half, so I've got them into fourths. That just makes it a little bit easier. So you're just going to slice them into pretty big chunks. They don't have to be real small because you're going to boil and mash. So after you've cut your sweet potato, and I was actually lucky enough to find a sweet potato that was actually just a pound. So I have 1 potato. You're going to put them in a small pan. So what you're going to do is you're going to cover your potatoes completely with water, and then cover it, put it on the stove top, and you're going to bring it to a boil. Once it's come to a boil, you're going to let it simmer. Okay, so what you're going to do while those are preparing is get 4 slices of bacon, which you are going to fry up until crispy. I do have a separate video that you can look for making bacon bits. I am not going to explain that process here. Suffice to say, fry up some bacon. If you don't make them into bacon bits prior to frying it, you can just break up the bits and pieces of the bacon once it's crispy. Now while your bacon and your sweet potatoes are on the stovetop, now would be a good time to slice some onions. You're going to need 3 green onions, and I've already washed these, so you just need to cut off the tops, and then you're just going to slice all the way down to the end of your onions. You want to make sure that you slice these fairly thin because these are going to be going inside of your sweet potato burger. Okay, so it took about 15 minutes for my sweet potatoes to soften, and they are now soft. I can just stab them with a fork so I know that they are ready. And now we're going to mash them. I should mention that I let these sit for about 10 minutes before I started to mash them, just so they would cool off a little bit. They were very hot, and I was afraid that when I put the egg in, it would cook the eggs. So give it a little time to cool off, and that'll give you some time to pick up around the kitchen or something like that. And once they're mashed, they'll look something like that. And now we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients. So we're going to need the 4 slices of bacon that we fried up earlier, and they're crispy now. So throw those in. You're going to need 1 egg. And then you're going to need the 3 green onions that we sliced up earlier. Now you can also add a little bit of salt and pepper at this point. I'm not going to put too much on right now just because I don't know how salty it's going to be with the bacon, and I can always add it later after it's been cooked. And then we're just going to mix all of our ingredients together. So when it's mixed up, it's going to look something like that. Okay, we're now over at the stove top, and we're going to get started. Now you can do a couple of different things. You've got your batter here. You can just make patties by hand. So form them like you would a hamburger patty and put them down on your pan. I have this little like a slider maker almost. It's like it makes little patties, and you can adjust it between 1, 2, and 3 ounce patties. So I'm going to use the 3 ounce patty, and that's how I'm going to make mine, but you don't need to have this. I just like my patties to be uniform. So you're just going to push it in and form a patty, and then slide it down. And there you have it. And you're just going to do that until you've used up all of your sweet potato mix. So as you can see, this made 6 patties. So it's been about 8 minutes or so cooking these on medium heat. And they're starting to brown and look pretty nice. Now something I should have mentioned earlier and I forgot. I'm actually working with bacon that I cooked up previously, so I did not have any bacon grease. So I used coconut oil. However, if you made your bacon right now at the same time that you're making your burgers, you want to be frying these up with your bacon grease. It's going to give them a lot of wonderful flavors. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, so we're going to check on these and see how they look on the back side. and they're looking pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off, and now they're pretty much ready to eat. Okay, so once they're done, you've got some nice browned up patties that look like that. So I guess the only thing we have left to do is to give them a try. These are so good. The bacon really adds something to it. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Whole Health Dana and how to make bacon sweet potato burgers. If you would like a printable copy of this recipe, come check it out at my website, www.wholehealthdana.com. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, check out the links that are below. I thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.